I was just going to ask and about, I'm really interested in hearing about the marketing prep that you do when it comes down to a luxury listing and getting that listing. The prep that, and you're correct, there is a lot that gets watched when people, our consumers think of luxury, they think of $1 million listing, pick one of the cities that they have it in. And that's what they think that happens, and they expect big extravagant brokers opens and open houses. Is that the same type of expectation that you're seeing that your clients are bringing to you? Or
yeah, to some extent. But when we talk about market preparation, first of all, up here in the frozen Northeast, a lot of our homes they're run down. It's like second and third generation owners are selling the property because grandparents bought it or parents bought it. Like I was showing one yesterday that it's really run down. I mean, peeling paint and its foundation's kind of squishy and all that stuff. It's $5,450,000, and you probably have to spend another $2 to $3 million to make it into a nice summer house. But how do you prepare a home like that for the market? Market preparation. You're not going to stage a home like that. Look up the word staging in the dictionary. Staging means fake, contrived, manipulative, not on the level. It's play. It's like a play. Market preparation is getting the home ready for the market. It's also staging is what everybody else does. And if I'm going to differentiate myself from everyone else, I can't be hiring a stager. I need to be the market preparation expert myself. I don't know of a single stager who's ever walked through a home with a buyer and seen what makes the buyer's eyes light up as they go through the house. I've never known a single stager to walk through a home, and notice what makes a buyer's eyes glaze over. So I wrote this little booklet thing that I give to my sellers, and it's called A Tale of Two Houses. And it talks about two homes that came on the market at the same time. One sold in a month and one sold in 13 months. What's the difference? Well, one was prepared for the market, and it was easier for a buyer to fall in love with that house. It wasn't staged, it wasn't fake, it wasn't manipulative. It was based on my experience, my 45 years in the business of noticing what makes the eyes of the buyer light up when they go through a house. And then we create a checklist with 52 pages around that. And part of my value proposition is that I believe that if you follow the directions of my checklist, you are going to get 2 to 4 points of additional sales price on just that one USP.
So, okay. So, and is that, by the way, is that checklist something you're willing to share?
I would share how to create a checklist. I don't share my actual checklist, but I have a PDF on how to create a checklist with examples and screenshots from it if somebody wants it.
Perfect. Okay. So hopefully what we'll do is we'll talk to the team. We'll get them to add that download on our website there so that that's available for folks. But I'm curious. So that really I want to dive a little bit deeper on the difference between staging a home and the market preparation. And the reason I'm asking this is because, I mean, isn't it kind of just semantics? It kind of sounds like just semantics of, well, it's fake, put a flower on the coffee table, or it's, what is it? What's the fake part? What's the
Well, because a lot of times, stagers, I think a lot of times are staging for each other. It's kind of like that Van Morrison song where, people are all dressed up for each other. Whereas I'm preparing the home for the profile of the perfect buyer for this home. And for example, I remember we had a house for sale several years ago. It was a spec house. I think it was like 2.9. And the owner was the builder was the spec builder. And she was also a stager and then brought in another stager. And we finally sold the house. But the difficulty we had with a buyer was that it looked like they were trying so hard. The buyer is like, why are they trying so hard? Are they trying to hide something here? What's going on with this house? Why are they burning birch logs in the fireplace? Why is there apple pie baking in the oven? Why is there, nobody lives like this? What's going on here? It's a distraction to having someone actually fall in love with the house. And by the way, if I'm competing with you for a listing and you hire a stager, well, then I've got to get a better stager. And then you've got to hire Martha Stewart, and there goes your commission. So basically, I may bring a stager in who works under me, but the second I bring in a stager, I risk losing control. And when I'm dealing in the high end, I give the appearance of not really delegating all that much. I'm the air traffic controller who oversees everything that takes place for that house. I am the market preparation expert. If I feel that a stager is necessary to, for example, deck out one particular room, well, that staging occurs under my direction, under the heading of market preparation. And you're right, it's semantics, but guess what? Words matter, especially in high-end real estate.